Movies. I think they're awesome, or at least I used to. Now, I'm not saying that movies aren't still great, because I think they are. I still love going to the movies. I still love seeing movies with my friends. I still love talking about movies. I mean, that's the point of this video to begin with. I want to talk about movies. I want to see movies. I think movies are still great. But I think it's safe to say that movies haven't quite been what they should be. They haven't been what they have been at times in the past. Again, I don't think cinema is dead. But while we've gotten some bangers recently like Dune, The Fall Guy, Civil War, it's still sort of evident that the state of theater right now isn't what it should be. It isn't what it used to be. I mean, we're seeing remakes and reboots and live action videos getting announced every day of the year now. Like, nobody wants this stuff. Nobody's asking for this stuff. Look, there's probably only one person in the world who wanted this, and it's this guy. But here's the thing, and hold on to your seats because this might really blow you away. If you don't like the movies we're getting right now, you could always just go back to the movies we got before. I mean, you could always go back to the stuff you enjoyed growing up, the stuff you saw in high school, the stuff you watched when you were a freshman in college. You could recapture that nostalgia in the way Hollywood studios are trying and failing to. Or maybe you just go watch some of the movies that maybe flew under your radar back then, the movies that you never got a chance to see. And that's what I did. I went back. About Time is a movie that's about, well, time. But it's also about so much more. This is a movie I've heard friends talk about a lot, and one I'd always planned to get around to but could never make time for until now. And boy am I glad I did. About Time follows Tim, a 21-year-old who learns all of the men in his family have the gift to, well, travel through time. Although they sort of need to get in a closet for that to happen. Don't ask why, that's just how it works. And Tim, like you'd expect any other time-traveling 21-year-old to, decides he's gonna use his powers to get the girl of his dreams.
To be honest, I suppose for the moment, it would be just great if it could help me get a girlfriend.
Wow.
And I just want to say, I understand. I mean, look at Margot Robbie in this. Tim, my man, I get you. But the sad little thing is Margot, or Charlotte, doesn't quite seem to get him, at least not like I do, because it doesn't quite go so well when he tries to, get with her.
It's just a shame you left it till last night. We should have tried creeping along the corridor while we still had time.
He does just that, and it doesn't go so well either.
Why don't we see how the summer goes and then you ask me again on my last night?
Your last night?
Yes.
Margot, man, why you doing my boy like that? Anyways, with Charlotte, Tim learns the first lesson involving his powers. Love is, well, it's complicated sometimes. Time isn't enough to make someone love you. And yeah, it can hurt sometimes. But that's just how life is. And despite his powers, Tim is just like the rest of us. He's human, and pain and disappointment are just part of the human condition. And the only way past that sometimes is to move on, to let things go. And that's what Tim does. He moves on and goes to London in search of love, of the life he wants. But things don't quite get off to a great start.
What the fuck do you want?
He gets a job, makes a friend, and like clockwork, he meets the girl. Things are perfect, just the way they should be. Until, of course, they aren't. What comes next is pretty expected. Boy who messed with time tries to undo his mistake, and at first, things do seem kind of hopeless.
Well, you look like a Mary.
In what way?
My mum's called Mary?
I look like your mother?
No.
Jesus Christ, man, that's not good. But he gets another chance to make things right, and he sort of gets right the second time around. He gets the girl, and all is right with the world. I mean, there's still kind of a few awkward bumps along the way, but it's nothing too bad. Life is great. It's everything he wants it to be, until his past comes knocking again. Alright, Margot, I love you, but you need to get the It's a moment of temptation for Tim, and it looks like he might give in to it, like he might throw away the life he's made, the future that seems certain, all in favor of the past. But he chooses instead to walk away, to leave Charlotte behind him. He chooses to let go. He chooses to be happy, and he is. What comes next is peace. It's bliss. Everything is finally going the way he's always wanted it to. And what this movie does so well is, at this point of the movie, you're rooting for him. His pain feels like your pain. His joy feels like your joy. And now he's winning, and that win feels like yours as well. But look, this is a movie about time travel, so you just know that things aren't going to stay good for very long. And they don't, because Tim chooses to go back once more, to change the past, to save someone he loves. But this time, there are consequences. He comes back to find that his life has changed in a pretty significant way. And here, he learns another lesson. Just because you have the power to change something does not mean that you should. Some things are supposed to happen. Sometimes the best way to change the present is not by meddling with the past, but by accepting it as it is. He's learned to let things go and accept them as they are for himself. And now he learns the same lesson with others. He can't change everyone's pasts, and he can't correct everyone's mistakes, but he can help them let go. He can help them move on. Because sometimes the best thing you can do for anyone is to move on. These days, we're used to time travel movies ending with huge battles, with explosions, with grand finales. We're used to them going out in pretty big ways. But About Time chooses to end in a small way. Not with a bang, but with a walk down the beach. And it works. Everything comes full circle. And Tim learns a pretty huge lesson. And so do we. Having power over the past means the past also has a power over you. If you're not letting go of the past, then, well, it's also not letting go of you. It's holding you back, preventing you from seeing life as you should. It's preventing you from growing. Unless, of course, you choose otherwise. And that's what Tim does. He learns to choose otherwise. He chooses to take each day as they come, to realize the importance of the life he has, the beauty of the world around him, the beauty of everything. He learns to do what this entire movie has been about. He learns to live. At the end of it, About Time is about more than just time. It's about everything. It's about family and friendship. It's about pain and rejection, about growth and letting go. It's about love, about fatherhood. It's about life, and it's beautiful. If you made it this far, well, thanks for sticking around. I hope you liked the video. And if you haven't seen About Time yet, well, I think you should. Everyone should see it. It's a freaking great movie. And if you have seen it, well, leave your thoughts down in the comment section. I'd like to know how you felt about the movie. That said, if you did enjoy watching this video, please do leave a like and subscribe. And if there's any movie you'd like me to review next, please do comment it down below and I'll be sure to give it a look. And yeah, I suppose I'll see you in the next one.